Hey, 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 hey! Gang. Happy Independence Day to all the brown people. Let's get it today. Today we're going to talk about the flow state. Let's go.
Yeah, I'm inspired. I'm inspired.
Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumit Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy, and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. Flow state is the gateway towards happiness. When you have something like flow state in your life, you start to realize that your life takes on more purpose and more meaning than before. Because you're doing something that's adding some sort of value to the planet, which is your purpose, but also you're finding out your internal values, which is your passion. You see? So that means that passion is something for you. It's selfish. But your purpose is selfless. And we need the flow state to lose ourselves. Follow along with me here, okay? It's a very deep lecture. Again, these are all downloads from Source Energy. I don't know where this is coming from, but let's go with it, okay? You want to live up to a very specific ideal, an expectation of yourself, some sort of potential. And if you always feel behind on your potential, you feel like you haven't been caught up yet. You feel like you're behind and everybody else is moving forward. If you ever feel like that, you're not in your presence. You see what I'm saying? You're too attached to what's going to happen, which is anxiety. Even if you're excited about the future so much. Oh, the future's gonna happen. You're not in the now. You're still in that fortune-telling land. You see, you're thinking logically about the potential, but you're not visualizing and embodying that potential and living through it. Because the actions have got to align with the thoughts, you see, and the emotions. You have certain limiting beliefs that are stopping you from accessing flow state. Let me tell you this. I don't have enough time. I don't have enough time. Why? It's a goddamn lie that you don't. Okay? You actually have a lot of time. But it might be the perception of your time might be faster or slower, depending on either your state of consciousness, your brainwave patterns, how you're able to maintain your energy, reserve it or build it back up, or you're constantly in this state of impatience, right? Like I'm trying to chase, I'm trying to get ahead, instead of embracing and enjoying the now, feeling good in the moment, which is what we do as flow state Jedis. We set up our tent in the now, in the pain, in the suffering, in the hell, and we decide to become royalty. We decide that we're going to set up our camp here, our tent here, and we're going to grow. Just like Viktor Frankl was in the concentration camp, we're going to put ourselves into our own concentration camp, Creativity Accelerator Masterclass Projects. That was the name of my past things, anyway. So flow state is really a portal for you to love what you do. You can't really access flow state much if someone's forcing you to do something. If you have this external push going at you, you might do it, but it's not going to feel as good as you self-directing your thought, self-directing that thought into an action through your emotional hardware. You see, information plus emotion leads to long-term memory, as Jim Quick says, okay? So that means the more emotion that you add to the information that has come in. Some information you got, some event happened, you got information from it. There's not one piece of information, however. It was sights, sounds, colors, okay, moments, symbols. Trauma is a multi-sensory experience. So you gotta understand that once you delve into all your senses, they will give you the right path, they will give you the right answer. Did you know that a lot of the times the spirit animals, totem animals, power animals that people choose are based on what their traumas were as a child? That animal would have saved them from that particular situation. You see, somehow. Like a cheetah would be used to help you run away from a certain situation. Maybe it was a big bully and an elephant came along and stomped on them. I had a crush on a girl once, and her brother hated me for that. And so him and his group of friends would constantly bully me. First of all, it was for my race, some Aladdin or some bullshit like this, right? Number two, we were kids, you know, so I'm sure it wasn't like, it was juvenile, you know what I mean? It was juvenile, I admit that. But now looking back, I have power over those memories. That's what I gotta show you. Call me Aladdin, guess what I sang in my mind whenever he did? I can show you the world. Get the hell out here. I don't get a flying. You get what I mean, right? That was my internalization. That was the way I used humor to cope. I used humor as a crutch to deal with situations or traumas, right? So every one of us has these coping mechanisms. You need to turn your coping mechanisms into flowing mechanisms. And that's what I wanted to show you in this video today. So whatever the world has given you, you always have a choice to reframe it, reassociate it with something positive. But the real true art and the gift and the science of this stuff is to completely be detached from it and look at it from a different perspective, different angles. Study and maneuver it enough that it dissipates. But this is also why you'll see someone, let's say, get really passionate about solving their own mental health issues. They'll go be a mental health practitioner, they'll be a psychiatrist, but then they've already gotten rid of their own problem. But they've already taken it too far in their career line to stop doing things about it. Your narrative, your backstory, in my book TPM I say this, okay? Backstory. What is your backstory? What are you telling the world, okay, about you? What is your narrative that you're creating for yourself? So I'm an IMC Nation shape-shifting warrior fighting monk, you know. That's a responsibility that I've chosen. I've chosen to also be a representative of the lineage of Naga, which is the snake deities of Hinduism. I'm also connected to the Vega star seed system. My gene keys, the main one, my life path is purposelessness to immortality. So that's interesting. I'm a Scorpio. You can already tell though. A lot of girls are very intuitive. They pick that up fast. I don't know how you guys do it. That's wild. I swear some of you are like cosmic detectives. By the way, if you're living in Bali right now, put in some good energy towards manifesting Bali. I also would like to be and live in the Netherlands for a while. So if you put some positive intention and energy for me to travel as well, I would really appreciate that, because I feel like there's different level ups on my mission of flow state, okay? And they're slowly unfolding as I grow older. Some of you are wondering, why is he so sweaty? Well, guess what? I'm in frickin' India, okay? That's why I'm so sweaty. And second, I move around. You know, I do mobility exercises, breath work, meditations throughout the day. I detox like a wild man sometimes, right? Urinate like probably 15 times a day. There's too much information, but I constantly flush out my system. That's how I maintain my flow state. I have a release mechanism. I don't just let information plus emotion get stored in my body like that. So that means, what is more powerful? Information or inspiration plus information, which creates a vortex? This is what you guys might be missing. You might be having the information down, but where's the emotional associations with that? Okay? Not emotional attachment, emotional connection with that. Where is the emotional connection with your end result, with your end mission? That's going to give you that flow state momentum. Let's say you're walking, and this is a treadmill, right? Let's say I'm walking, or brisk walking on this treadmill right now. I'm constantly like focusing on the beads of sweat, the fat cells in my body. My body's not working anymore. If I focus on all of those things as I'm running, you know what kind of vibration I'm creating? I'm still in a low vibration, and I'm maintaining that low vibration. It's trying to bump it up through the mobility of it, but the thoughts aren't raising in the frequency. So that's why when you're running, you gotta like own your mind. Literally, you gotta own your mind. You gotta be like the master of your own mind. It's not the drill sergeant. Come on, get up. Oh, it's gonna be okay. It's not like kindergarten teacher either, man. No, it's a strong, formidable voice in your head. It's like the voice of a parent or something that just gets in your head and you go, boom! But it's yourself. It's your own voice. But you've modified it to suit your flow state essence or your signature flow state blueprint, flow print here in this world. You see what I'm saying? Oh man, these little ants, man, they just keep biting me. It's got to be a sign to find a tribe, for real. That's got to be a sign. Okay? Been a lone wolf for way too long. I need to be around my IMC brothers, and I need those new connections. If I came and approached you in a nightclub, and I was like, hey, what's up? Let's get a drink. Kind of cute. Next week, 8 p.m. You start to question, whoa, this guy's going a bit fast, right? But there would be a right pocket or a right momentum that I'd be able to latch on to, where the synchronicity of what I said made sense to the moment, where I wasn't overthinking what I was going to say, like some kind of like pickup lines or whatever, but it spontaneously came out in that very moment. And it applied because the state of mind was right. The state of mind was correct. Back to the drawing board, okay? Information plus emotion creates long-term memory. Which memories do you want to keep? For real. Which memories do you want to keep and which memories do you want to strengthen? Let's say that you want to be a better soccer player, as an example. The most epic goals, the hat trick days. Maybe you're a defender, you defended the game at the brink of the last minute or the last second. I want you to loop those in your mind, almost like it's running on a film reel. All the highlight reels of your mind, of your successes, you gotta have it running. So when you're doing that activity, you keep that film reel running. If I'm running on the treadmill, I think of the time that I was running on the treadmill in the past, or I create a new imagination. I'm a cheetah, I'm a force of nature moving forward, okay? There's a very special secret technique that actually Gio shared on our masterclass yesterday, our channel into masterclass. And it was powerful, man. I can't share the datum here, but hey, if you reach out to me, I might let you know what the secret was, but it's very, very cool. It can power up the specific task or activity that you're doing. So you find the enjoyment, you find the link in your mind, right? The neural link. Huh? Is he promoting Neuralink? Is this one of those conspiracy theorist pages? Wow, my voice can go really weird, huh? I don't get it, man. Like, why are so many, like, older generation people, like, why are they so against, like, people expressing themselves? Like, but oftentimes, people are just doing it as a way to overcompensate. Their looks are there to overcompensate for something, and that's not a dope style, my friends. That's not a flow state fashion. You've got to find what makes you feel good and look good at the same time. Not that I prefer the comfort, fuck no. I want to crave discomfort because I know that's the struggle phase of the flow cycle, right? I'm going to put myself through pain so the pleasure's a byproduct, a mild pleasure is a byproduct of that rides it out throughout my days. The resistance becomes the reason. The mundane becomes magic. The reality becomes a fantasy. If you're insecure within yourself, within your relationship, within your state of mind, you'll be scattered and you'll be pulled apart in various directions. You won't have one specific path that you're moving like a wrecking train. They're moving like a wrecking ball, right? It won't be like that, right? Ads pulling you this way, right? Media pulling you this way. People pulling you this other way. Your parents pulling you this other way. It's like everybody's got ropes on you and they're pulling you. First of all, cut off all of those ropes. Not saying that you don't need your family support, your friend support. I'm not saying that. Just don't be attached to that. Don't be so involved in that you get drowned in that energy. You gotta float on top of it. If you need techniques how to do that, I'm a coach. I can help you do that, okay? I hope you enjoyed this video today. Went on a little bit of a rant. Have an incredible day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. Let's get it today, Upward Spiral Gang. May we never be the same again. Os!